that would spur the MPP to choose Dr. Bawumia, and that because they found him to be the weakest link.
Yes, we thought.
I see.
In fact,
so it was a strategy.
It was a strategy, and the first day, immediately they voted into office Dr. Bawumia as their flag bearer. All we said was Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. The MPP said, oh, this was not going to work. You people were scared of him. We said, we are scared of him. We helped you bring him into office. In fact, if I had money by then, I would have supported Dr. Bawumia to win their primaries. I would have done it. I would have sold my motorbike and then given it all to him. Because I would have sold my bike and given it to him because we needed him in office. So when he won, we said, oh, so if they want to bring him back, all our sit here and say is, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. He should come back again. When he comes back,
the EC boss,
we'll do 2 million for him.
She's done her work. She says it is finished on the back of that declaration. There are those members of your party who have not been satisfied with her work, but she's there and she's doing her work. She's conducted elections. It has ended in peace. As some would say, observers, free, fair, transparent elections. There were a lot of castigations leveled against her. How do you feel now that we are at this point?
Well, it is finished. My comment on her. It is finished.
What is finished?
What did you mean by it was finished? Whatever she meant is what I meant. It is finished.
Well, I don't know what she meant, but you are sitting here. I could ask what you mean.
That's my only comment. It is finished.
It is finished?
It's finished. Wallahi.
You had to add the wallahi to
it. It's finished.
No, that now gets me. It is finished, and then you add wallahi.
Yeah, it's finished. Wallahi. That's my only comment to her. She said it's finished.
You are not R2Bs. Wallahi.
She said it's finished. I say it is finished. Wallahi.
Okay. Okay. Should I read any deeper meaning into that?
Let's move on to the next question. I'm saying it's finished. Wallahi.
Okay, so let me ask you a blunt question. Is EC boss Charlotte Osei going to be retained?
It's finished.
It is finished?
Yes.
Asem Nasa?
It's finished.
Okay. Let's talk about oral, Operation Recover or Loot. Why I bring it up is this morning we activated the phone lines briefly, and some people called and said, listen, if there are people who have looted state resources, call them, bring them to book. And we don't just want jail terms. We want recovery of money
100%.
For the state to use it to develop Ghana. You've spoken about this oral, and some people seem to see it as something that will be activated as a witch hunt. What does oral mean?
Oral means holding people accountable. People must be accountable for their actions and inactions. People must be accountable for state property. People must be accountable for state resources that were put in and trusted in their hands. And so oral is an operation that's going to return and recover all the loot. We felt that a lot of money has gone down the drains. You sit in your studio and there's no week you don't speak about corruption. Because corruption is a canker we are all fighting. And people think that, look, if you have looted from the state, you need to return the money. That is why for the first time in the history of this country, I am suggesting that we have what we call oral projects. People must see what we've used the recovered funds to do. So we don't just recover and put in consolidated fund. We should recover and build a school. We should recover and build a hospital. So people appreciate what corruption has been doing to us. Imagine we recover $58 million from the National Cathedral project. You know what $58 million can do? It can build about 20 schools. It can build 5 hospitals. It can construct roads in this country. And if you do that and you name them oral projects, the NDC will stay in power forever. Trust me. The people of this country need accountability. Look, my brother, Ghanaians don't demand so much. We are not saying that every morning the government should give us fried rice and chicken. We are not saying every morning the government should give us a bottle of whiskey. We are not saying every morning the government should give us a bottle of Coke. All we are saying is that do for us what we cannot do for ourselves. We cannot construct a road for ourselves. Construct the road for us. We can't build a hospital for ourselves. Build a hospital for us. Give us good health care. Give us good access to education.
Right.
That's all we are asking for. You as media men, Joy News, you've never told government come and pay our workers for us. All you are saying is that reduce our tariffs so we could pay electricity bills, reduce our taxes so we could clear our taxes, and then when we pay our workers, the inflation should be down so our workers' salary can survive them. Look, today, if you are working in this country, should be told, and then they pay you 3,000. 3,000 is good money, but you can't do a lot with it because there's inflation. If you buy fuel in your car, within 2 weeks, it's done. That's why a lot of times, a lot of these camera crew and the rest, they are engaging in what we call jobs. They only come to work because they have to come. When you pay them a salary, it goes down the drains. Joy News is doing well. You are paying your workers well. But at the end of the day, there's inflation. There's hyperinflation. So if you take 3,000 Ghana cedis to the market, it buys nothing. You come back home with nothing. And that's what we're asking government to do for us. Reduce inflation, stabilize the dollar, stabilize the economy, and that alone is going to create a lot of jobs.
Before you take leave of us, and this has to be brief, there's a return to Parliament today. What can we expect in Parliament? And then again, you have the 120-day social contract.
100%.
Just tell us briefly how that will be activated, when it will be activated, what it means. For
This is the first time in history a political party is breaking their manifesto down into bits. So we have the 120-day contract, we have the youth manifesto, we have the women's manifesto, we have the general manifesto. The 120-day contract are things we are going to do in the immediate, so at least it salvages the immediate situation. At least the economy we all agree is about collapsing. The 120-day contract is going to hold it up and hold Ghanaians up. So, for example, we're going to implement the no-fee stress. All people who are going to go to level 100 from next year are not going to pay their level 100 fees. That alone is going to take a huge burden off the Ghanaian parent, so they could adjust themselves and balance themselves for the journey ahead. Number two, we're going to take away all obnoxious taxes. Like the e-levy is going to go off our books.
And you're not going to bring in other taxes from the back door?
The NDC has never done that. We've never taken away taxes and brought things through the back door. It's the MPP that does that. They take one thing and they bring another. They took away the toll levy and they brought e-levy. That's how wicked they can be. But we want to take away e-levy. We are taking away the 10% bed tax. We are taking away the emission levy. We are taking away the COVID levy. All these things are going to be done within 120 days. And then President Mahama seeks to run the leader's government in the history of the Republic by running with 16 ministers. And he says he's going to do that within 2 weeks. That is something the Ghanaian people are also waiting for. Okay. National Apprenticeship Program will be put to kickstart, and the framework for the 24-hour economy is going to come into full force.
All right. So we'll have more time to deliberate on that. In Parliament today, what can we expect? I hope there will be no wrangling about who is sitting where.
In Parliament?
Yes.
When you are a minority, you are going to fight with people.
They are the minority.
Micro-minority.
They are the minority.
Micro.
There's no micro
I am even lobbying.
In the terminology.
I'm even speaking to my leadership and my bosses that, look, we can run a 3-shift system.
I know, I see you doing it. Yes.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm also, we are looking at that. We can have half MPs, 90 going in the morning and 90 coming in the evening. We can do that in Parliament.
You have so many...
We have so many options. Yes.
That you can do a shift system with your MPs.
That's what you're saying. Ghanaians have given the NDC honor. Ghanaians have given us power. We are grateful to them. When the MPP were saying we will not hand over power to you, I told Brian Achampo, I said, no political party hands over power. On the 7th of December, power goes back to the hands of the Ghanaian people. And Ghanaians give it to one person. That's why they go to the polls to decide. Okay. So when you were saying you hand over power, I said, which power are you talking about? On the 7th, it leaves your hand. Ghanaians have given us power. Look, let me take this opportunity to thank all Ghanaian youth, to thank all Ghanaians who have bestowed power in the hands of the MPP. I can assure them that the John Mahama I know is a loving man. The John Mahama I know is a brilliant man. He's an intelligent man. He's a sharp man. He's a nation builder. He cares for the country. And he will not fly a private jet at £14,000 an hour. He will never do that. God forbid.
Thank you, Malik.
He will develop this country.
Basintale.
He will move us to grace. He will take us to the promised land. Right. And I want you to bring me here again after 4 years. It's 4-year tenure. And trust me, I will be doing the talking. You will be doing the...
Malik Basintale is a Deputy Communications National Communications Officer, Deputy National Communications Officer of the National Democratic Congress. He joined me this morning.